Gru. What was that? Okay. Oh, they're still going with the sabotage song. Gru. What was that? Bottom floor. C. Yeah. Oh. It's like baddies.
Everybody here for the interview?
Interview for bad guy?
What do you drive? I got a jet bike.
They're ready to see you, Mr. Gru.
Oh, good. Great. Here we go.
Okay. Vicious 6?
Distinguished villains, my name is Gru. I feel like I'm talking too loud even though our proximity doesn't require this kind of volume.
You seriously think a puny little child can be a villain?
Yes, I am pretty despicable. You don't want to cross me?
Of course, Gru feels like he's getting laughed at. Okay. Oh. So he does come across the minions.
Otto, take the stone back to the lair. I'll distract them.
Nuns with nunchucks. At least they don't emphasize it all that much in the trailer.
This is the biggest day of my life. This kid just stole something from the worst villains in the
What
world.
is with the Vicious 6?
Now I will be a super villain. Now all I need is Otto. Where is Otto?
So, the guy with the braces
Are you
and the
pulling
pet
out
rock.
my legs right now? Otto, where's the stone?
They're doing that thing where it's like, oh, I'm explaining, but since it's the minions, you know, they speak in the gibberish. And then what? A pet rock? That pet rock is gonna be like the butt of jokes in this, is it?
Did you just trade my future
For a pet rock.
Oh, I didn't mean to scare you. Now, where's Gru?
Okay, well, okay, so I'll give this trailer that at least to me it didn't come off as, like, I was really concerned. I was spending the day really thinking, by the way, hey guys, Balloon Bobby here. I was concerned that this trailer for the Minions Rise of Gru was going to be one of those that got on my nerves, because I did watch... I just kind of bumped into the preview for this trailer where you had the announcer that was saying things like, you know, oh, this new trailer's coming out with action, bad guys, nuns with nunchucks. When, oh my god, when they said nuns with nunchucks, I was just like, I'm done with this. So it's just, but I still wanted to see, you know, what we're gonna get. I'm kind of surprised. This trailer is like really similar. It's basically it's pretty similar to that preview for the this trailer that we just checked out. I mean, the main thing we got is like we get a more specific idea of, you know, what Gru wants. I mean, we know that, you know, we always know that Gru, you know, he wants to be, you know, like at least, you know, like Gru, we always known that, you know, Gru wanted to be like the ultimate supervillain, and it looks like in this movie he wants to make it with this really quirky group called is it Vicious 6? Yeah, their name is the Vicious 6, and it's just like, who? I'm just like, who are these people? It's like, I don't know if I could get a shot that has like all of them in same place. It's just, I know it's quirky. You got this guy with a helmet, this dude with a bowler hat, this person with the afro, this really muscly guy, the nun that throws the nunchucks is just like, that joke is still like just I'm done. And they seem to be led by this this one person with the afro. Oh, let's see if I could get a good shot. It will not give me a good shot. So, yeah, so I know it's kind of weird. So if you read the description for this trailer, it says, quote, "This summer from the biggest animated franchise in history, whoopee, and global cultural phenomenon cousins the untold story of one 12-year-old's dream to become the world's greatest supervillain in Minions, The Rise of Gru. In the heart of the 1970s, amid a flurry of feathered hair and flared jeans, Gru, once again voiced by Steve Carell, is growing up in the suburbs. A fanboy of a supervillain supergroup known as the Vicious Six, Gru hatches a plan to become evil enough to join them. Luckily, he gets some mayhem-making backup from his loyal followers, the Minions. Together, Kevin, Stuart, Bob, and Otto, a new Minion sporting braces and a desperate need to please, sounds relatable, deploy their skills as they and Gru build their first lair, experiment with their first weapons, and pull off their first missions. When the Vicious Six oust their leader, legendary fighter Wild Knuckles, played by Alan Arkin, Gru interviews to become their newest member. It doesn't go well, to say the least, and only gets worse after Gru outsmarts them and suddenly finds himself the mortal enemy of the apex of evil. On the run, Gru will turn to an unlikely source for guidance, Wild Knuckles himself, and discover that even bad guys need a little help from their friends. Kind of wish they put those details in the trailer, because once again, this trailer seems awfully similar to the preview. I actually have a link down below in the description if you haven't seen the preview itself. It's, again, very similar to this trailer. It just has a really over-the-top narration. So, yeah, so, so it's basically, it's the thing where it's like, Gru wants to, join this evil group, and now they basically became the antagonist of this movie. Like, basically, he's become the enemy of the group that, he really he wants to join. So, okay, that's the setup of this movie. Very curious to see, because I don't think we got a really good look of who this Wild Knuckles character is just yet. So, maybe we'll get to see Wild Knuckles in a future trailer. So I'm just kind of in terms of what are my expectations for Minions, The Rise of Gru. I'll be honest, the plot, it does sound promising, and that, okay, it seems like, they're going with this whole, on the run sort of plot, where Gru is on the run from the Vicious Six, and it looks like, this is the movie where we're going to see him really establish, his relations with the Minions and start working with them. We're probably going to see you're probably going to see him working a lot with the main Minions from the first Minions from, Kevin, Stuart, Bob. By the way, I did see the first Minions movie. I'll be honest, I don't hate it quite as much as a lot of people do. I just kind of thought it was a very sort of movie, and my expectations are kind of set with that, with Minions, The Rise of Gru. I figured that they would do a sequel because the first Minions movie was really big, successful movie. But if it comes from Illumination, then my expectations are sort of in the middle. Like, my take on Illumination is, I don't hate their movies per se, it's just that I sort of feel meh on the ones I've seen. I remember liking the first Despicable Me okay. I saw 2 and 3 pretty recently. I just thought the 2 and 3 were sort of movies. Seeing the Illumination movies that I do tend to have a liking toward are movies like Sing and The Grinch, which, even though the jokes in both movies I didn't really, I thought they were sort of, the humor was sort of, I thought the heartwarming scenes, quite packed, quite a punch, especially The Grinch, which I reviewed just a while ago, last Christmas. And even though, The Grinch had some very cringy jokes, like there's one scene where, like, he's getting ready to steal Christmas, and you see him in this stupid, like, workout outfit. The scenes where, like, we go into his backstory and learning about how, I'm gonna let loose some spoilers, and we learn just why he feels so angry and how he feels about being alone is actually kind of heartwarming. I actually like the heartwarming scenes of the Grinch. So I do think that Illumination they do have the potential to make some really good movies. I just think at times they try too hard to be funny. So at least with this trailer, I mean, you could tell like, with the Vicious Six, it's like, oh, ha, 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 you have this really, like, strange, group of people. Instead of, being like, really like super hostile villains, it's, really goofy group with like, you've got the nun, the character with the afro who looks like the leader. There's also a muscly guy and this dude with a bowler hat. So it's just, you could tell that, they're put in there just so, people go, it's kind of funny. So I don't know. With movies like this, I'm just like, I just hope for the best. The one thing I do, feel good when I do see Illumination movies is that I do want to like sit down and like watch them on my own. I don't just want to be like, I don't just want to like see none of them and be like, oh, I heard this movie, the studio is like mediocre, people hate them and crap like that. It's like, for movies like Sing and The Grinch, I do feel good that I at least saw them. Because, yeah, it does have some stupid moments. They do have the stupid moments that I expect, but they do have some scenes that are kind of redeemable. So, in regards to Minions, The Rise of Gru, I'm getting kind of sidetracked. I'm sort of meh. This trailer, I'll give credit, I actually do kind of like, mainly. I think it's mainly because the sneak peek for this trailer is very similar to this, and in my opinion the sneak peek is even more face palming than this one. So I will give it this, that at least it didn't like really annoy me as much as it did, or I should say it didn't annoy me as much as I worried that it was going to. So I'm very curious to see, maybe in a future trailer we'll get to see what this Wild Knuckles character, what he's like. I'm sure they're gonna make Wild Knuckles a really funny sort of character, and he'll probably have like some sort of comedic relationship with Gru in their efforts to. I don't know if they're gonna try. I don't know if they're gonna like take down the Vicious Six. The fact that we don't see the Vicious Six in the other Despicable Me movies is, obviously a sign of something that's, there's a reason why they don't appear in the future Despicable Me movies, because Minions, The Rise of Gru, does it count as a prequel or is it more of a mid-quel? Because Minions came before Minions was supposed to be a prequel to the Despicable Me movies, and now we have Minions, The Rise of Gru. So I don't know. So the trailer, it's just, I'm just sort of on it. I mean, it's not, overly annoying or anything. I'm sure if people take a look at, the characters in the Vicious Six, I'm sure it's going to get a lot of face palms, because it's like, you can tell they really want, people to be laughing at these characters, like, oh, look at this goofy troop of, characters. You got the nun, the character with the afro, and there's the muscly kind of characters, and that kind of stuff. So, okay, so it looks like with this movie, we're gonna get an On the Run movie, and that's my take on this first trailer for Minions, The Rise of Gru. Let me know your personal thoughts on this down below in the comments. Let me know. I want to know your personal thoughts on the first Minions if you've seen it, because I know for a lot of people it really, like, the first Minions, there's people out there that really, really hate the first Minions, whereas I just kind of thought it was a very meh sort of movie. So leave those thoughts down below. Until next time, this has been Bloodman Bobby, and thank you all for watching. Hi everyone, thanks for watching this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos, and ring the bell to be notified about my latest uploads. Don't forget to follow me on social media for my latest opinions and video updates. I hope to see you next time.